Elsa, good morning. Now, if you've ever wondered about how art can heal, inspire, or just completely change the way you see life, I want you to stay tuned. You know why I want you to stay tuned? Because our guest is going to talk about it. See you in a minute.
Air Assault. Hello, friends, and welcome to Shero Coffee Chat. We hope you've had a great week, and thank you for joining us today. We've got a full cup ahead, so grab your Shero coffee, because we're taking a spin around the Shero resource table. Plus, we've got your chat, tip, and guest of the week. Let's give a big shout out to our host, Melissa Farmer Hill, Army Combat Veteran, host of Shero Coffee Chat, and founder of the Shero Coffee Club, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. And now, reporting for duty and ready to lead the conversation, Melissa Farmer Hill.
Aerosol, good morning, friends. I hope you are just having a fabulous Sunday. In Chicagoland area, the sun is out, it's shining bright. And you know, every time I see the sun, it makes me just a little more happy. I don't know about you, but the sun does make me happy. Andre, he's getting the grill going, so we've got some barbecue to eat today. So that makes it even better. But I want to talk about summertime because summertime. Y'all remember that song? Probably not, right? You know, as I become an elder in the community, you know, I get all these memories of old school songs, and it just sounds so good to me. So now I see how, you know, when my mother, when she's caught up in her late 60s, early 70s songs with Smokey Robinson, the Miracles, Diana Ross, and the Supremes, you know, all of them. Fabulous. I love them too, but she loves them just a little bit more because that was her era. So I get it. But yeah, speaking of summertime, what happens in the summer, you guys? Graduation. Yes, graduation happens in the summer, and I want to give a salute to one of our Shero Coffee Club graduates. Yes. There she is. That is T champion Christy Walker. And we just want to, and you know, I'm looking for my assets here. You guys, I'm looking for my media assets because I really want to give her a hand clap, but something is not moving inside the computer. But guess what? Christy, let me tell you guys, I've known Christy since we were 18 years old. This is my battle buddy. Yes, this is my battle buddy, you guys. And she has endured. You talk about a woman who is resilient. She has really endured a lot. I remember even when we were, you know, younger, talking about, her getting her degree in law, her law degree. She finally did it. And she is such an inspiration to let everyone in the world know you're never too old, and you're never too old, and it's never too late to fulfill your dream. So I want to encourage you all, be like Christy. Be like Christy. She is the 2026 tea champion. Her flavor is peppermint. Let me just grab this peppermint real quick for you guys to see. She is peppermint, and she is a graduate of Trinity International Law School, I do believe. I may have to go back in the comments and tell you guys but I think it's Trinity International out in California. She has been working on this for some time. She has other degrees, but this one is so special to her. And you know how I know? Because I know her. So Christy, congratulations to you. I don't know what's going on with the things I want to do with, hold on. I cannot find it. I am serious, Christy. I want to give you a hand clap so bad, but something is stuck uh, as far as giving you your honor. So salute to you, Christy Joy Walker. Bird. Everybody know you as Bird. Those who know you, right? I love you. I am absolutely proud of you. Thank you for accepting to be a Shero Coffee Club Tea Champion this year, 2026, for the flavor of peppermint. So yes, I just wanted to let everyone know how proud I am of our Shero Tea Champion, Christy Walker, because getting a degree is not easy, especially as an adult. And that's why I think you have to do things in seasons. There's a certain season when your childbearing years. There's a certain season to do all the partying and things like that. Right? You have free will to do whatever you want to do. But I kind of understand why there's certain seasons, right? That's because, you have the energy. And so I think as you get older, things change. I'm looking at my grandmother now who's 92 years old. Things change. And so what Christy has done, she has, man, you guys, I can't wait for you to hear her story. She has not only been resilient, but she has found her way back. She has conquered that degree, and she is living life on her own terms. And I think you can't ask for anything more of that in life. But that's not who we're here to talk about. That's not the topic of the day, right? We got to get to the topic of the day because it is so important. Like I said, we're talking about art today. All right. And I'm going to get right into it, but I had to give my girl her props. That's another old school term because nobody uses props anymore, right? I told you guys becoming the elder of the community. All right. So listen to this, you guys. I'm excited. Meosha Thomas is an award-winning educator, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and retired disabled U.S. Navy veteran who uses creativity, education, and service to empower women veterans and underserved communities throughout Chicago. She is the founder of Local Color Art Studio and actively supports women veterans through her work with One Savvy Veteran. Meosha holds degrees in education, computer science, information technology, entrepreneurship, and fine arts. Her inspiring story, advocacy for women veterans, and community impact have been featured in books, documentaries, magazines, radio, and multiple news outlets. She was awarded the 2025 Philanthropist of the Year, the 2024 One Business Chicago Hall of Fame inductee, and the 2023 Chicago Businesswoman of the Year, and many other awards. Meosha has also been honored by the Chicago White Sox, honored twice by the Women's National Basketball Association, and named Illinois Veteran of the Month by the Governor of Illinois. In addition, she was selected as one of only 6 women veterans featured alongside Chicago's very own First Lady Michelle Obama in Glamour magazine for her leadership, resilience, and commitment to uplifting others through art, advocacy, and community service. Through every project and platform, Meosha continues to prove that one person's passion can create lasting change in an entire community. Her superpower is teaching art through the lens of science, entrepreneurship, social justice, and social emotional. And she believes that art is healing through creativity. Ladies and gentlemen, where's my hand clap? Where is my hand clap? I'm so upset today, you guys. Let's give it up for Ms. Meosha Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here. And congratulations to Christy.
I
Yes, that
know,
is,
I know,
yes.
right? That's some serious thing, because when you hear her story, she's been through so much. And for her, like I said, I've known her since she was 18, and she's already got the criminal justice degree. I think she's got a master's or something like that. But I know how big this law degree is for her. So I'm just so proud of her. So I definitely wanted to give her, just a proper congratulations right here on the platform that I have. But it's not about Christy, it's about Meosha
Thank you. Thank you.
Thomas. Meosha, I am so glad that you said yes to the show, and because, like I admire everything you do. I see everything you're doing in Chicagoland area, how you're helping veterans, how you're helping, underserved communities. But I want to talk about the title. So the title today is coloring outside the lines. What does that phrase kind of like personally mean to you in this season of your life, coloring outside the lines?
Yes. So my art studio, Local Color Art Studio. Local color is actually an art term that means an object's true colors without outside influence, right?
Oh.
So yes. So for me, it is outside our comfort zones where we shine the brightest. And it falls the same with our lines. Zora Neale Hurston said that. It's outside our comfort zone where we shine the brightest. And that goes the same for our lines. As I get older, because I'm an elder too now.
Look,
Like,
it sounds
I'm
so
50.
funny. Meosha, I'm in my 50s, so it sounds so funny, right? Because I'm still thinking, I still, can do the things I did in my
Yup.
20s, but I'm realizing I'm not. And then when I talk to my nieces and nephews and I'm asking them about songs or movies, they like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, okay, I'm the elder now.
Oh yes. I just turned 44 in April, and I did deal a lot with the youth,
Oh, you
particularly
ain't no
high
elder, you
schoolers.
still a baby.
Oh man, don't tell my students that. I sing
Right.
songs that they savage. They savage. Even my
Yeah,
youngest daughter,
yeah.
she's 15. She was at my studio and she saw a dictionary like that had the little grooves with the letters. And she was
Right.
like, Ma, oh my God, this is amazing. Where did you find this? And I was like, she was like,
Oh
can I
my
take it? She was so excited
goodness.
over an actual like big dictionary, old school.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
That
vintage. I'm just
I
accepting
I
it.
I know. It's a beautiful thing, though, to be able to live to see that. I think, life every day is just such a blessing, and I think, you and your art adds to that
Yeah.
tremendously. So now you wear a lot of hats. I mean, you're a veteran, you're an educator, you're an entrepreneur, you're, of course, an artist, a philanthropist. So which do you have one that has really helped you to heal the most with
Mm.
all of the
That-
hats that you wear, or it strengthened you the most? Which hat is that?
I will actually say my veteran hat. Um, I am a lot different thanks to my military
Mm,
service before I came in. And at first I
mhm.
resented that. You kind of want
Yeah.
to be the same and everything, but you learn there's power in your differences
Oh
and you
yeah.
learn to find strengths. So, quick military background. I joined at 17. My mom had to write me up for the Navy.
Oh wow.
Um, and I was doing it for the enlistment bonus. I was like,
Of
okay, free
course.
education,
Right. Of
enlistment bonus,
course.
cool. And then I
Yeah.
just kind of hung around. But I wound up getting hurt, right?
Yeah.
And they were going to cut my leg off, told me I'll never walk again. I had
Yeah.
to have like reconstructive surgery on my face. I was
Yeah.
getting blood clots in my lungs. And
Wow.
it was just not good.
Yeah.
And they tried to tell my mom to cut my leg off. And my mom kept saying no, and they were trying to kind of like pressure her into it, like, ma'am, she'll never walk again, this and that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my mom said, you don't know my daughter or my God.
That
It
part.
took that part.
Right.
Um, it took a year to learn how to walk, but in that time, you don't always listen to your mama. I was
Right.
believing someone else's narrative.
Yeah.
And, we have that, um, I think at the time it was like $400,000,
Hmm.
life insurance or
Yeah.
benefit or something. And so
SGLI. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, so I
Uh-huh.
tried to commit suicide. I tried to commit
Mm.
suicide because I was like, I don't want to burden my family. I don't want to live like this.
Yes.
I couldn't see the end. But luckily it was sight beyond what, I could see.
Your
And
mama knew.
my mama knew. She
Right.
still, my mama's still mad at me to this day for trying to commit suicide. I'm like, I'm
Oh.
sorry, mom, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But
Right.
I learned then not to believe someone else's narrative for your life.
Yeah.
That you are in more control over your life versus
Yeah.
anyone else. And so when
Yeah.
you try to commit suicide, they put you in mandatory like talk therapy and everything.
Yeah.
But talk therapy didn't work for me. Art therapy did. And that's when I
Mhm.
really started getting into art. So I truly believe art saved my life. I believe art is healing. And there are so many different forms of art. How you speak to someone is art.
Oh,
What you're
wow.
doing on your
Yeah.
podcast is the art. How you dress is the art. How kind you are to others. Beyond the cooking, the dancing, the singing, and the drawing, the
Ooh.
sketching, life is art. How you living each
Yes.
day
Yes.
when you wake up, you are being an artist. You are designing your day. You are being creative. Like what I'm gonna do
Yes.
today. So we have to look at art differently, just how we have to look at ourselves. And then when I came home, I wanted to give that healing to my community. I didn't know how originally,
Yeah.
but I knew I just wanted to do something. My
Mhm.
service wasn't over, and I've been written off so many times. I call myself the
Wow.
comeback queen.
There you go.
um,
There you
I
go.
learned I learned to pivot. Um, and art is not as hard as people think. I
Mhm.
teach art as simple shapes, letters, and numbers. As long as you know your shapes, letters, and numbers, you can do anything. It's all about confidence. A lot of the great
Wow.
people were required to study. When I got my fine arts degree recently,
Uh-huh.
um, I'm looking at some of these artists that we're required to study that's considered the greats. And I'm like, wow, that's all they did. Jackson Pollock just threw paint
Uh-huh.
at a canvas, and that's $1 million piece.
Right. Right.
Yes.
It is
One
something.
artist, one artist, Duchamp, he literally took a men's urinal and turned it upside down. Didn't add anything to it but his signature.
Are you serious?
Art, yes. He's also the one that drew the mustache on the Mona Lisa.
Oh, and
You know,
that was
like
hugely popular.
hugely, hugely popular,
Wow.
worth millions of dollars, and the Mona
Yes.
Lisa not even his painting.
He just
But
give
I just was
give a little
like,
mustache.
yes,
One
done.
millions, millions, millions.
So that's why
Oh,
I tell
wow.
my students and people,
Yeah.
like, look, if they can make millions of dollars off that, I don't want to hear you can't do art.
Oh my goodness. That is wow. So the thing about it is, like your students, what age range are your students? I was gonna ask.
So I teach pre-K all the way to college,
Mm,
freshman college.
okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
my particular preference is middle school and high school.
Okay.
Middle
All
school
right.
and high school. But I've taught all ages.
Yeah. I was gonna ask because like as we get older, that creativity, it seems like if we don't like you'll have that for the rest of your life. But but the creativity, we might lose it through art. But guess what? I changed my mind in saying that because you just taught me every time I'm around you, I learn something. Because you just taught me this what we're doing now is art. How I
Mhm.
speak to people is art. So it's just having a larger vision of that art. Now, we may not be doing the paintings or things like that, but like you said, life is truly art. What I decided to wear, what you decided to wear. I
Yep.
mean, that is okay. I just learned something. Now you didn't change my whole this whole session. Like what? What am I supposed to do? No, but thank you for that. Thank you for that. So let's talk about the spaces that you've built and are building. So what type of art do you teach, and tell us what they get out of a class, or however you want to shape that question.
Absolutely. So there's this misconception that if you're an artist, you're not going to make any money. You're a starving artist, that whole idea. And that is not true. So being a creative is actually a different side of the brain than the business side. So a lot of times creatives, we're so busy on one side of the brain, we forget the need of the other side of the brain. And that's the part you need for your business to push your sales, your marketing, and things like that. So I teach creatives how to use both sides of the brain.
Oh wow.
So yes, we're and honestly, just as I deal predominantly in Black neighborhoods. And
Hmm.
it's like, hey, we're already a creative people. Done.
Right.
That's not
Right.
the issue. We're
Right.
good. We're good on
Yeah.
that front.
Yeah.
It's learning to profit off your creativity.
Mhm.
A lot of
Mhm.
creatives underprice themselves
Mhm.
because
Oh
they
yeah.
feel like it's not work because they
Mhm.
enjoy it.
Right.
So they feel like work has to be something you don't enjoy. That's why I'm
Mhm.
getting paid for. And that's not
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
And then they think, oh, I have to be like a Michelangelo or a Basquiat or things like that. I'm like,
Mhm.
have you seen their pictures in the beginning?
Right.
It works. They had to work up to that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I don't consider myself, even though I always preach like, hey, we're all artists, a part of
Yeah.
me doesn't consider myself the artist.
Mhm.
I'm the one who teach the artist how to turn it into a business. With my students, I teach them the basics because as a teacher, you really only need to know a little bit more than your students.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I teach them, right, it's like, okay. But I
Uh,
teach them the basics.
mhm.
I'm in the younger generations, I want them to have the confidence because
Yeah.
confidence will get you through life, period. And I believe
Absolutely.
art is life.
Yeah.
And you stick with it and you have the confidence, and then being an artist isn't just drawing. You have to, it's critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
What to do if I mess up? How do I fix it? How do I change it so that I like it? How
Mhm.
to speak to others and give my artist statement as to what this piece means to me, why I chose these colors and things. So there's
Mhm.
a lot of life lessons just in art
Mhm.
that can
Mhm.
help you build the confidence. But everything I teach them, we do sewing classes, we do candle making, we do planting, gardening,
Wow. Yeah.
um, cooking classes, drawing,
Yeah.
sketching. We do clay
Yeah.
work, 3D, and I'm actually bringing AI into my classroom now.
Oh wow. Now
Yeah.
how is AI going to impact art?
So I know a lot of artists are because they're scared of AI. They think AI is going to take over,
Mhm.
or not. But when you study art history,
Yeah.
someone has always complained about the next level of art.
Right.
At one point, pop art was like, oh, like that's a sin because people were
Yeah.
so used to realism and the Michelangelos. And then when street art came with the Basquiat,
Mhm.
oh, that's just,
Right.
trash. They're
Right.
vandalizing and everything. So every generation has a problem with some new form of art. And I
Right.
really plead to my generation, like, just because it's new,
Right.
let's not be like the old generation, like, what these youngsters doing is wrong.
Right.
No, you have to
Exactly.
find a way to incorporate it because AI not going nowhere. It's
Right.
not going nowhere. It's
I
always
definitely
been here.
and guess what? It's in everything. Like you're not going to be able to get away from it. So you might as well embrace it. And one of the things that I say is, okay, when people complain, all right, well, just show me your VHS tapes. Show me where I can purchase a VHS tape, because we don't
Yep.
do that anymore. We don't even do DVD. I mean, although they sell them, we don't really do DVDs like that. Everything is streaming now,
No.
and everyone adjusts, and everyone will adjust. Or otherwise you're going to get left behind. I mean, that's just the nature of it. Now let's talk about, you've won so many awards, so many. But which one would you say, and I don't know if that's pitting one award against the other, but personally, which one gives you the most meaning, or which one were you most surprised about?
Um, so wow, those are so the one I was most surprised about
Yeah.
was my most recent award.
Mhm.
Because all these awards, it just be random people that nominate. Like I met them, maybe they took a class, but it's not,
Yeah.
I don't want people to think like these my friends and family like
Right,
nominating
right,
me. No,
right.
it'd be
Right,
so random. This
right.
latest award, the Philanthropist of the Year, um, it surprised me for two reasons. The person who nominated me, like I met her once at like a business networking event. We
Yeah,
became Facebook friends, and
yeah.
then, and so just
Oh,
I
wow.
guess she just seeing what I do.
Mhm.
She followed my pages and stuff like that. And
Oh,
then
wow.
the name of the award, Philanthropist of the Year, I was like, I don't have that much money to be writing big checks. I'm
Right,
like, I'm not
right.
giving away millions of dollars.
Right,
I think
right.
y'all have the wrong person. And I literally told the board, because you actually, the board had to vote on you. So you just
Mhm.
nominated, and then there were other people nominated for the award.
Yeah.
And I literally led with that, like, I think y'all got the wrong person. So I
Oh
didn't
my
think I was gonna
goodness.
get it.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And they had to explain that yes, a philanthropist is more than just somebody who's giving money. It's someone
Absolutely.
who is committed to doing good and helping
Mhm.
people consistently. And I was like, oh, and when they asked me, like, hey, so what do you do? I was like kind of stuck. Be like, oh, what do I do?
Right.
Because
You're too
when it's a
busy
part of
doing
who
to give a title and all of that other stuff. Yeah.
exactly. And then like when we got the award,
Mhm.
they were asking for pictures of what I do. I said, I'm too busy doing the work than
Mhm.
taking pictures of it. Like it was so hard. I'm thankful for it, but it
Yeah.
was truly surprising. But the award that I am most proud of, and it's kind of funny, is my good conduct award in the military. And the funny story
I would have,
is,
Miosha, I would have never thought you were gonna say your good conduct medal.
so for as long as I was in the military, I should
Right.
have multiple good conduct awards,
Right, right.
but I didn't always have good conduct. Um, so my
I get
last
it.
award,
Uh-huh.
and it's funny because I couldn't do anything because I was in the hospital anyway.
Right.
But
Uh-huh.
I got my good conduct award. I was like, yes, I finally
Oh my goodness. That
that one
is,
I'm most proud of.
oh wow. Well, you deserved it. You deserved it. That is amazing. Now, so if someone were say, yeah, I'm interested in artwork, doing art, learning more about art, getting my confidence through art, you just picking up maybe a hobby, or like you said, some form of entrepreneurship. How would you encourage them to get started? And I know it kind of probably depends on the individual, but just say if you're talking to just a group of people.
Yes. I would tell them to let go of being a perfectionist.
Mm.
Don't be a
Wait a minute.
perfectionist.
Say that again, and we're gonna let that one breathe because I needed to hear that this morning. What'd you say,
Yes.
Miosha?
Let go of being a perfectionist
That part.
and
Hmm.
then do it scared, because perfectionism is really masked fear.
Yep,
You're afraid
it
of
is.
something. So it's like, oh,
Yep,
let me do it perfect. So I'm
yep,
telling you to do it scared. And there
yeah.
is no, I tell my students all the time, they be like, Miss Mo, I messed up. They call me Miss Mo. But Miss
Uh-huh.
Mo, I messed up. I'm like, no one knows you messed up unless you say something, because this is your
That's right.
heart. And
Mhm.
then if you feel like you can do better for some reason, how you gonna make it work? Because a lot of times they're like, Miss Mo, can I get another canvas? Miss Mo, can I start over? No, you have to learn to fix it. This is a life lesson. You only get one canvas, you only get one life. Your life is your canvas.
Ooh, yes.
Um,
Uh-huh.
so what you gonna do?
Yep.
If you made a mistake, that's not the end of your art. We are walking
Mhm.
masterpieces. That is not the end of your art. How are you going to fix it? How are you going to find a way to make that quote unquote mistake beautiful to you? Accept
Yes.
it as a part of the masterpiece. And then
Oh.
sometimes you learn that, wow, that mistake that actually makes the masterpiece more beautiful, more compelling, more, draws feelings from the
Mhm.
viewer and things like that. I just tell people to start, even in entrepreneurship. People
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I got to have this done, whether it's a for profit or nonprofit, because I
That's
help
it.
people build nonprofits too. They figure, oh, I got to have all my articles and everything. Well,
Right.
get out there and do the work.
Yeah. Yep.
Do the work.
Just go. That's it. And see where that takes you. See where that
Yes.
takes you. But you know what? You just inspired me and I'm going to show everyone because I want you to talk to this because we had this conversation before. It's something you said. So it says this one says, so I have my little notes here. It says I am a walking masterpiece. Yes, you guys.
Yes.
This is my art in my 50s
Yes.
and I am proud of it. You see she's got the little afro there. Oh, I forgot to give her
I
the
see the
earrings.
details.
I'm a wait a minute, Meosha. I'm gonna give her the little earring so everyone can see. This is how I seriously draw, you guys. And I know you guys have children that can draw better than that. But Meosha, I don't know if you recall what you told me. I was like, well, why do I still draw the same age as I did when I was 6 years old, and I still draw like that? Do you remember what you told me?
I absolutely do, because
Okay.
you're not the only person that does that. I can tell a lot by a person, but I'll tell them, hey, draw me a person, right? And they'll usually come up with like a stick figure. And I'm like, I know exactly how old you were when
Hmm.
you no longer prioritized your art, right? And it's usually at the age of 5, 6,
Hmm.
right? Because that's when you're starting school. It's
Yeah.
kindergarten.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of focus on academics. Here's your vowel sounds, here's reading,
Right.
writing, and math and
Right.
everything. So
Right.
art sort of takes a back seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there are some people that push through, and sometimes they make it to like middle school, right? So
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, now you got a little bit more details. The person has clothes on and
Hmm.
shoes, and okay, I'm starting to see a little bit more detail. It's looking like middle school type work,
Right,
but
right.
it stops there. Why? Because high school has started. And now
Mm.
it's more focused on, I'm about to be an adult. I got to go to
Yeah,
college. I got to,
yeah,
prepare for the adult life.
yeah.
And people lose their priority for art, but you never lose art because you're still drawing that stick figure. So
I
that
am.
inner, yes, that
Ah!
inner 5, 6 year old child is like, I'm still here. Yes,
I love it. Like I said, look, you guys, I am a walking masterpiece. Meosha tell me
yes.
so. Look.
That's right. You add some color to it, put a background behind it and everything, and
Right.
you frame that and be proud.
I
It's all
love
about art,
it.
is just consistency. I
Yeah,
usually tell
yeah.
people, start with a sketchbook and just start
Mhm.
every day. Start with something, draw your stick figure, draw your car, draw,
Yeah.
and then you will see improvements over time.
Yes.
It's just about art, it's just patience and consistency and confidence,
Yes.
which is
Now I
life.
know that is life. I know you have some up. I can't believe it, Miosha. We're already 33 minutes in. We're over time, but I'm gonna keep it going
Sorry.
just for a little while longer.
I'm
But
sorry.
no, this has been a beautiful conversation, and so many people are gonna get so much value just out of this conversation and reconsider how they view art, like I did within 30 minutes. Now I see art as everything we do, but
Everything.
I know you have some upcoming events, so I want you to share that. And then I just want you to talk about, the future. what is the future of local color art studio? And then I'm going to let you just speak your heart to our viewers. But upcoming
Yes.
events was first, yeah.
So the upcoming event is June 13th on the block of 77th and Low. We're doing a block party. I'm
Yeah.
working with City Motivators. City Motivators is the nonprofit that supports underserved youth as well, and
Mhm.
underserved neighborhoods against gun violence and things like that.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
I've been working with her for years. The founder is Felicia Walker, and she always invites me to do art or snow cones or something with the
Mhm.
community. And I'm
Okay.
excited because this is my block that I live on. So it's
Yeah.
good to actually do it for my neighbors, you
Yeah.
know? I'm doing it for everybody else. It's like, okay, let me bring this to my neighbors. So I'm excited for that.
Wow. Wow.
And
Mhm. Go ahead,
no, I
please.
was like, what's your next question? I'm sorry.
No, if that was all for the events,
Yeah.
I know you had Bourbon Street vanilla tea. We don't have time to talk about that, but maybe we'll just go to our website
I know.
sherocoffee.com, look up Bourbon Street vanilla. Kenyatta, oh, I can just pull her packet. Yeah, so this is the tea that Meosha is drinking. This is our Bourbon Street vanilla, and it's represented so well by
Yeah.
Kim Yada Wellington and the spirit of volunteerism. If you are a
Yeah.
woman veteran and you are on Facebook and you live in the great state of Illinois, go to Female Vets in Illinois. That is Kim Yada's website. That is her group. She is really building it. She's always got volunteer opportunities for everyone. But salute to you, Kim Yada, and the spirit of volunteerism that you show in every community that you are
Everything.
a part of. Yeah. So the last thing, we thank you for being a guest. We definitely want you to come back. This has been so much fun for me, just learning. And you do what you say you do. I can say that Meosha does what she says. She entrepreneur, just teacher, visionary, all of that, all of the accolades you received and more. You are totally worth it because you taught. Guess what? I am a walking masterpiece,
Amen.
and now I know it, and now the world knows it too. So next time y'all see me, my head might be up in the air a little bit more. Don't blame me, blame Meosha.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, so this is your opportunity to just spill whatever's on your heart, and then we'll just end the show from there. Again, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
That's a Shero
Cheers.
cheer. All right, I'm going to remove myself and just speak from your heart. Thank you for coming on Shero Coffee Chat this Sunday. See you guys next.
Thank you so much. I just want to make sure everyone really knows that you get one life. One life. Um, Live it as beautifully and as colorful and as unapologetic as possible. Now, doing that does not mean you can't add other pieces to your masterpiece, other people, other opportunities. Don't be afraid to try. My biggest fear is to live a life of regret, that I didn't try this, I didn't do this. I'm always trying to do new things. And I really wish that for everyone I come into contact with, my students, that's the message I want to deliver. Just try. Just try. It starts with just showing up, picking up that pencil, picking up that paintbrush, adding a splash of color. Just do it in steps. And then by the time you're done, you have created a masterpiece. Your life is a walking example of art, and you hold the paintbrush. So stroke well, stay colorful. Thank you.
Hey there, thank you so much for hanging out with us on this week's Shero Coffee Chat. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button so you never miss what's coming next. And hey, make sure your weekday begins with Shero Coffee, where we keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. You can visit us at sherocoffee.com. We'll see you next week right here on Shero Coffee Chat and have a blessed week.